The Cardano founder, Charles Hoskinson, has always used every opportunity to talk about Cardano ADA and its impressive trail of achievements, and he has recently taken to Twitter to share his excitement of the slew of advancements seen on the Cardano blockchain. However, this expression of excitement can get even better when Hoskinson is given the chance to talk about Cardano on JRE. The crypto market experienced a drastic slowdown for almost a year after hitting its all-time high in November 2021. The harsh macroeconomic environment, tense geopolitical environment, and several major occurrences within the crypto space belittled the value of the digital markets. But 2023 began on a good note, and it gradually seems to dispelling the dark clouds as the assets have started to blossom again. In the same way, we should not fail to appreciate the efforts of analysts and experts who do not stop talking about the value of cryptocurrencies, even when the hype was down the drain. While there are many backstabbing news reports, some try to rejuvenate crypto investors. The controversial comedian and commentator Joe Rogan once said that he has a lot of hope for cryptocurrencies in a podcast interview. During one of the episodes in the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan discussed the future of crypto with a fellow podcaster, Adam Curry. At the time, Rogan's podcast had 11 million listeners per episode, despite Spotify's attempts to censor some of the more offensive episodes. Addressing the poor situation revolving around cryptocurrencies, Rogan said, "It's either going to fall apart completely, or we are going to use this as an opportunity to right the ship and come up with a better way to live our lives." Curry, who was the host of the right-wing podcast, No Agenda, explained that there was a whole slew of young people and who were just opting out and were moving to build parallel systems and parallel networks. He added, "I'm on the Bitcoin train because I believe my money is safer there." Then, Rogan theorized a future where companies come up with their own digital tokens that customers would need to purchase their products. Apple could easily do that. You would buy coins, and through those coins you would buy products. It's almost like another version of stocks or something. However, regardless of the podcaster's positive expectations of crypto, many members of the community remain skeptical. This has been seen so many times. More specifically, in a Reddit post, a user commented, "An endorsement from Captain Pseudoscience. Could have done without it." Another user expressed heightened dissatisfaction with Rogan's hopeful crypto expectations. "He's an idiot and the last person we want to be associated with crypto." Joe Rogan is popularly known as a controversial figure in the crypto space and beyond. He is equally known for his vocal rejection of political correctness, and has received criticism in the past for making racist, sexist, and transphobic jokes on his podcast. Regardless of the demeaning reports revolving around him, his wide space of influence have won the hearts of many, and that's why his attraction to Cardano ADA is a golden opportunity. As the Cardano ecosystem continues to expand, despite the occasional pullbacks in a wider cryptocurrency market, Charles Hoskinson has indicated that he was open to the idea of going on the Joe Rogan Experience to talk about it. Rick McCracken, the owner of ADA's staking pool Digi and an outspoken Cardano supporter, reacted to Hoskinson's intentions and suggested that the Cardano founder would be a good guy to talk to Joe Rogan about Cardano. He expressed it on his Twitter account on February 2nd. His suggestion followed a recommendation made to Rogan by Lex Fridman, a computer scientist and podcaster, to invite on the podcast some major names from the crypto sector. During his appearance on the podcast shared by McCracken, Fridman told Rogan at the time, "There are a lot of cryptocurrency projects. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. There's a bunch of them, and you should talk to some of them." In response to this suggestion, Hoskinson posted a GIF, which indicated that he was completely in support of the idea and was willing to go on the podcast to talk about matters related to the Cardano network. Well, if this controversial American podcaster embraces this suggestion, it will be a long time coming, as the Cardano community has been demanding Hoskinson's appearance on the podcast since 2018. And this was confirmed by the Cardano founder on August 18th, 2018. Back then, he tweeted, "At Joe Rogan, Joe, looks like my people want me to be on your show." There were positive responses to this claim, and a user commented, "Super excited about this. What Cardano wants to do to the world, and what they're doing in Africa is amazing. Joe Rogan has a massive following in the millions. MMA was the crypto of sports. MMA is the fastest growing sport, and Cardano is the fastest growing crypto." 3 years later, Charles Hoskinson appeared on Fridman's podcast and explained how he would love to approach someone like Joe Rogan on the technical intricacies of cryptocurrencies, which would start with the application he is interested in and work your way outwards. In Rogan's case, Hoskinson acknowledged that this would be an elk hunting tax and further explained how that the whole system can be put on blockchain and how it's going to be better, then following with utility in things like royalty payments and intellectual property, which collects the non-fungible tokens, or NFTs for short. Notably, Joe Rogan and Charles Hoskinson seem to share striking similarities, especially when it comes to being outspoken. Hoskinson is widely known in the crypto space and beyond for sharing ideas that involve potential utility of blockchain and crypto in the mainstream, which is often instigated by heavy criticism, such as the possibility of purchasing the crypto new outlet CoinDesk to introduce veracity bonds. Last year, Hoskinson was also attacked online by members of the XRP community over his comment that the United States Security and Exchange Commission was after Ripple due to a lack of clarity and not because of the corruption in the regulator's ranks, after which he said he would no longer share his opinion about the issue. Similarly, Joe Rogan raised an eyebrow at the FTX exchange meltdown, which happened last year. In a video, he discussed the crisis with fellow podcaster identified as Yanis Papas and claimed that a large number of celebrities and organizations previously endorsed FTX and its CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, only to pull back after the scandal became public. Papas expressed shock at the fact that all the supporters were not aware of what was truly happening at the crypto exchange, using some scathing words to criticize their ignorance. As a matter of fact, he said, "Well, I knew. I always questioned, and I knew. So how come they didn't know? Maybe if they turned off their greedy hat for 1 second and asked some questions about what is actually going on, they would have known." Joe Rogan acknowledged that this situation was indeed odd, emphasizing that it's definitely slippery. There's something very weird about it. Also, on one of his shows, Rogan had openly called for former President Donald Trump the king of morons. Despite the odds, if Hoskinson eventually joins Rogan on the GRE podcast, it would provide a major platform for him to share his latest developments in the Cardano project and the crypto market more broadly. This appearance would also allow Hoskinson to share his vision for the future of the blockchain technology and how Cardano is positioned to be a pioneer in this rapidly evolving industry. Indeed, things are growing fast for Cardano, and it has been heavily benefiting from the recovery rally that began in January. The cryptocurrency, which was ranked 8th largest by market capitalization, has already gained 15% in value since January 1st. The project has experienced pivotal deployment in recent months due to its emphasis on developing a decentralized, secure, and sustainable blockchain platform. GRE is a show with millions of viewers worldwide, and if Hoskinson's views are respected and are considered intriguing, you know what that means. Cardano is going to get a large number of people swarming into the ecosystem. But until then, Charles Hoskinson will not stop disclosing interesting developments in Cardano. He recently tweeted, "It's exciting to see things move so quickly in the Cardano ecosystem. Sidechains are coming along, including Cosmos. Jet is launching soon. Hydra and Mithra are on schedule. Lace is almost out of beta, and tons of dApps are coming online." Cardano's parent company, Input Output Global, also shared an update on its Sidechains project, a new toolkit designed to usher in a new era of scalability for blockchains. As part of this project, World Mobile announced it's extending collaboration with IOG to work with IOG's Sidechains project team. This is expected to fully integrate the World Mobile chain using Tendermint as a Cardano sidechain. And more recently, Cardano's TVL crossed the 100 million mark. With Charles Hoskinson on the JRE, Cardano might just get the biggest spike ever. So always be sure to stay up to date. But of course, what are your thoughts on this? Let's have them in the comments section below. We'll see you in the next video, but before then, check out our other videos to find out how Cardano is living up to the dream of being the Ethereum killer. And as always, make sure you click on the subscribe notification buttons.